Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Chinese restaurant in Minecraft for all of your city building needs. In this tutorial, not only will we build the entire outside of the restaurant, but we will also build the entire inside as well. Fun fact, I am hidden somewhere in the intro of this video. Let me know down below if, where and when you saw me.
This is the amount of space required to make the build, including a handy grid, which you may choose to copy, that will show you the starting position. And here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of these. Begin the build by placing a single brick on the ground. Then place 10 white concrete on top of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Extend to the right by 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We then want to start extending down to the ground, but just before we hit the ground, we want to change to bricks, just like this. Then we can head all the way back up, and we can extend backwards by 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Here we will do the same. We will extend almost all the way down to the ground, but then last second we'll swap out for a brick. Then we will actually extend this brick inwards by 3. 1, 2, 3, and then one row towards us. We will then leave a gap and then place 4 more bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we will extend across the back of the build by 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then we will simply extend inwards like this, and we will connect our bricks all the way back across to the opposite side of the build. The end result of all of this should look like this. Then we will simply extend our white concrete row here across the back of the build. We will roughly line up with the front of the build. We can then make this easy and then just extend all the way from the front of the build to the back like this. And then we can extend this corner block down. And you guys know what I'm going to say. Just before we hit the ground, swap to a brick, connect to this wall here. And on the sides of the build, you can actually just jump ahead and connect the bricks together, just front to back like this. Make it nice and simple for us. You know what, guys? This is actually a great time to fill in the right, back, and left side walls in using white concrete. There aren't really too many windows or interesting features on the sides, only because this build is both designed to go in between other builds, so it's meant to be in like a long row on a high street or something like that, so side details aren't necessarily required. And it's difficult to have windows, as on the inside of the build, we are going to clad the walls with stripped oak, so it makes it a little bit tricky. We're looking for a particular aesthetic on the inside, and unfortunately, that does mean that the outside suffers a little bit. But regardless, this build looks really, really good, but unfortunately a little bit bland on the left and right side walls. What can you do?
Next, we are going to make the outline of the roof. This is made by simply placing rows of white concrete on top of the left and right wall that slowly shrink one row on both sides to create a triangular shape like this. The roof has a rather large peak, so this does take quite a few rows, but eventually we will end up with this. And before we move on to the opposite side, we are just going to add a row of dark prismarine stairs just along the top and bottom of this, just to show you what this will ultimately end up looking like. There we go, and we are just going to extend these stairs one row off of the side, just to save us doing this later. And then we will add upside down stairs underneath this. It's not very often that I actually make the standard Minecraft roof. They are almost always more intricate or involve slabs. It's so nice to have this for a change. Well, from here, I'm just going to extend this bottom row of stairs just all the way along to the opposite side of the build. And now that I am here, I'm just going to copy the same triangular shape that we have on the opposite side. So once again, just one row shorter on both ends of the row, extending all the way up until we just reach a most natural peak. Like this. And then we will place the dark prismarine stairs just heading all the way up and all the way down again. And I'm just going to extend it across the back. I love making solid shapes to fill in. I don't know why, I love connecting the roofs together on the outline for some odd reason. And I'm just going to make the overhang of the roof whilst we're here. And then the upside down stairs, of course. And we're not going to fill the center of the roof in just yet. We're actually going to save that until we have refloored the inside. So now we are going to head all the way back down to where we first started. And right of this brick block, we will place 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dig 2 rows to the right, place red wool in there, and then place a row of bricks extending all the way over to the right. Here we will place 1, 2 white concrete with 3 glass to the left. 1, 2, 3. Add another row of glass on top. Swap over to the opposite side here. We can actually start here and place 2 white concrete, so 1, 2, and then place 3 glass. 1, 2, 3. Add another row on top. Where the door space is, we are going to place a double bamboo door. And on top of the doors, we will stack a row of glass. And then we will place white concrete, both in between everything that we've placed, so just to smooth everything off. And there's no reason that we actually can't just extend the white concrete all the way up to the top. Above the doorway and windows, there is an interesting overhang. So, to find the position for this, we count and find the first, second, third, fourth white concrete here. Move to the left and place 2 sideways dark prismarine extending outwards. I know that that's kind of a weird instruction, but that's how it goes. We do the same thing on the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move in and then place 2 dark prismarine stairs. Then we can extend the stairs all the way across to the opposite side here. And above these we can place a singular row of stairs that curve inwards on the ends. You got to place them like this, and that's perfect. So what we also want to do whilst we're here, and we just need to grab the materials. Next, we are going to add a flower pot either side of our doorway. So we place a yellow terracotta here, flower pot on top, dead bush in it, and then a jungle leaf above the dead bush. And we do the same thing here. Yellow glazed terracotta, flower pot, dead bush, jungle leaf, just like this. Now, we have this interesting bamboo fence and fence gate combination hanging underneath our overhang. We place a bamboo fence here, leave a gap, fence, leave a gap, fence, line up with the other bush, fence, gap, fence, and then we just connect all of these together with bamboo fence gates, and this just looks really nice and ornamental. Then we will head up to the roof area, and starting here, we will place a bamboo fence, gap, fence, gap, fence, gap, fence. Like this, so we have 4 of them in total. And then we will have 2 fence gates, 1, 2, and then we go back to fence, gap, fence, gap, fence, gap, fence. And then we fill in between all of these in with the fence gates. The end result will look like this. Then we will grab our red concrete, and from this fence here all the way to this fence here, we will place red concrete, and we will extend the concrete 1 row down, just like so. So that will be the housing for the sign that we will make later. And now that we have done this, we are going to head inside of the build, and we are going to rip up the floor in the main part of the building. So this is the dining area. We're going to remove all of this grass and ultimately replace it with red wool. Now that we have placed all of the red wool for the floor, we are going to clad the left, back and right side walls with stripped oak wood. And we are placing them like this. We place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stripped oak wood like this. So they literally just cover the entire inside of the walls minus the front. And now that we have added the wood to all of the walls, the next thing we will do is add the ceiling. So the ceiling is made by placing a layer of dark oak planks just directly above the empty space. Next, we are going to move around to the back of the build and work on the kitchen. So, whilst we don't have walls or a roof or anything complicated, we're just going to remove all of this grass here. And I'm just going to replace it with smooth stone. If you want to use a different material for the kitchen floor, feel free. The door is going to go here as well, so this is just going to be a back exit / entrance into the room. We can place white concrete along this wall, but then we want to place another row of 4 white concrete extending this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 glass, and then we can extend white concrete just all the way along the rest of the wall. The glass wants to be 2 rows high, and we want to add 2 more rows of white concrete on top of, well, pretty much everything, just extending across, connecting above the window. Just like this. And then, from here, we can start making the roof line. So, on this side, the build alongside here, we're just going to place rows and rows and rows and rows, you guys know how this works, of white concrete, like this, until we reach a peak. This is the exact same thing that we did with all of the other roofs, and there you go, that's where the roof is going to sit. But before that, we are going to place, leaving a gap of 1 from the window, so we'll leave a gap of 1. We'll then place 2 bricks here in this position, which we want to extend all the way up, and when we can, inwards on top of the white concrete. And the bricks are going to extend up like this, and then we'll have upside down brick stairs above this, with flower pots on top of the brick stairs, just like so. Next, let's add bamboo fence left and right of this window, with dark prismarine stairs above the window, and then we just want to flare them off to the sides, like this. Then, we might as well actually just add the roof itself. So, I'm pretty sure that you guys can see how this roof is going to work. We just place dark prismarine stairs along the sides of the triangular shape, moving through the chimney here. We overhang the stairs 1 row like this. It's a little bit tricky as we approach the top of the chimney. You might have to place a solid block like this to make it a bit easier. So we overhang it all. Then upside down stairs underneath these, of course. Of course. And then we can just connect them all the way back to the build. At some point in time, I lost my ability to quickly place stairs on stairs. I know that this seems like a weird skill to just randomly lose, but I swear that I was a lot faster at this at one point in time. I don't know what's happened. Anyway, now we can add a little bit of decoration just underneath the end of the roof. We can place a bamboo fence under every other block with fence gate connecting them together. And we'll do the same on the front as well. So we're only doing this on these two parts of the roof. It'd actually be difficult to do it here. We're also adding a bin next to the door. He will leave a gap of 1. We'll stack 2 green terracottas next to each other, flipped up spruce trapdoors above, and then a flower pot to the side. So this just looks like some trash, if you like, or rubbish, garbage, whatever. Next, we have to make a banner. Throw down the loom, open it up, red banner in there, yellow dye, and apply the Bourgeois indented pattern. Grab that banner. That's it. That's the entire banner. Well, we want to hang this banner in a multitude of places, but first we have to place a bamboo fence here, gap, here, gap, extending inwards with bamboo fence gate in between. And we do the same thing on the opposite side, so fence, 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 gate, 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 just like this. Then we will place 2 chains hanging down here, 1, 2, shroom light, lantern. Then we will apply our brand new banner to all of the available sides of the shroom light, like this. And we will do this on each corner of the roof. Not only the back, but we'll come all the way to the front and do the same thing here too. Oh, I should also mention, we will be reusing this very same decoration on the inside, so do put that banner into safe storage or something. Okay, next we are going to replace all of the remaining grass and grid around the build with smooth stone. At this point in time, I'm pretty much doing anything to avoid making the roof. We might even make the banners before the roof. That's how much I don't want to connect those blocks together. But there's a little bit on the front, and there's some on the back as well. On the back, it kind of like loops round beneath the window here, all the way to this opposite side, where we once again just want to place some smooth stone. You don't technically have to place anything if you don't like, but definitely where we have like this back entrance / exit, I think that's definitely necessary. And you know what, I'm gonna stop putting it off. Let's connect the roof together. So all we've got to do is just join left and right side together of the roof with dark prismarine stairs. Before we head inside, we must make the dreaded sign. We are going to write out the word Chinese in letters, and then we are going to make a fun banner, which is just going to be a bowl of noodles with some chopsticks in it, because unfortunately we need an extra banner on the end, otherwise it's off balance. So throw down loom, open it up, place a red banner in the loom with some yellow dye. The first letter we must make is C. So apply the chief pattern, base pattern, and then pale dexter pattern. Next is H. This is pale dexter, pale sinister, and then fess. Next is I, which is the pale pattern. Next is N, which is pale dexter, pale sinister, and then bend. Next is E. This is chief, fess, base, pale dexter. Next, and lastly, is S. This is the chief, base, and bend pattern. So we would then need E again, but we already have it. So instead, let's make... Next, we will make the noodle banner. Place a white banner in there with brown dye, and apply the bend sinister pattern. Throw that back in with some white dye, and apply the saltire pattern. Saltire? Whatever. Grab that, put that back in, throw yellow dye in there, and apply the roundel pattern. Then, put red dye in there, and apply the per fess inverted pattern. Then, place white dye in there, and apply the bourgeois indented pattern. Grab the banner, put it back in. Then, we want to apply the base pattern. There we go. And now we can take all of our banners and apply them to the sign CHINESE, and then our fun banner on the end. Fantastic! With the entire outside of the build complete, we can now head inside and work on the interior. First of all, we will come all the way over to this back corner, leave a gap of 2, 1, 2, and then place a row of dark oak planks extending all the way to the front of the build, also just leaving a gap of 2. We will extend this dark oak plank 3 rows this way, 1, 2, 3, across the build. Same on the opposite side, 1, 2, 3. We will then add a row of mangrove stairs along the inside of our planks. Place 3 rows of spruce fence in front of the stairs. Mangrove stairs on the opposite side. Dark oak planks behind. Mangrove stairs along the inside of the planks. 3 rows of spruce fence in front. And then mangrove stairs on the opposite side. We will then place white carpet on top of the spruce fence. Just like this. So these are just tables. Very simple. We will then add dark oak fence here on this corner, extending all the way up. We'll also do the same here in the split between the tables, and here as well. We then want to place a row of dark oak fence gate extending along the back of these seats, connecting down to the ground with 2 fence. We want to jump these up a row as well, and then place dark oak fence gate in between like this. So creating kind of a barrier. We want to do the same thing here and here as well. So we'll place these like this and like this. So it's kind of like a privacy screen. Next, we are going to do a similar thing with a bamboo fence, although this is more ornamental. We'll place a bamboo fence here, here, and here, and here, here, and here. Basically every other block, with bamboo fence gates in between. We will then place a row of dark oak fence gates extending across just like this. So just connecting everything together. I don't know whether to split them with a row of dark oak fence just in the middle as well, just at the top. It kind of looks interesting. Next, we are just going to add some more tables. These are smaller. We'll leave a gap of 1 from the actual table itself, and we'll place a mangrove stair in this position, scaffolding in between, white carpet on top, and we'll do the same with this table as well. So stair, stair, scaffolding, white carpet, just like this. We'll then leave a gap of 2, and then place the same configuration of stairs, scaffolding and white carpet, just like this. Then we want to create some larger tables. We'll leave a gap of 1 from these sets of stair and mini table, and we'll place a 3x3 square of spruce fence, which we'll stick a tablecloth on top of, and mangrove stairs on either side of the table, just like so. And we want to do the same thing here too, so we'll leave a gap of 1, and then 3x3, and then white carpet on top of the fence, and then stairs either side, just like so. Next, we are going to add a potted plant in each one of the 4 corners of the room. This is yellow glazed terracotta, flower pot, dead bush, and a jungle leaf. You can have 1 or 2. Since this is quite a tall room, I'm going to go with 2, but either works. So now that we have the plants in the corners of the room, this helps us to place the decoration on this wall. We leave a gap of 1 from the plant, and we place a vertical row of dark oak fence from floor to ceiling. We do the same thing over here, so a gap of 1 from the plant, and we do the same thing with the split in between the tables. Next, we are going to leave a gap of 1 from the top and connect the rows of dark oak fence together with a row of fence gate. And then we'll leave a gap of 1 underneath this, and we'll place an alternating row of bamboo fence and bamboo fence gate connecting both sides together as well. So it's kind of similar to what we have over here, although it is a little bit simpler. We want to have some of this on the back wall. We will start off by leaving a gap of 1 from the potted plant and place a row of dark oak fence extending from the floor to the ceiling, just like this. Then we will leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, and in this 4th row here, we will place another row of fence extending up. Notice that this is asymmetrical, but that is by design. And then we will place just a row of dark oak fence gate together just across the top, just like so. And here, we actually want to make room for a doorway, and this is where the, well, that's where the door is going to go. But more interestingly, in this spot here, so here we are going to place a fish tank. We place 2 sand in this position, and we surround the sand, where possible, with spruce trapdoors. We then place 2 spruce trapdoors here in this position, and then, where only necessary, we place banners surrounding the empty space above the sand. Then we fill this with water. We add some sea pickles, the more the better in my opinion because they emit light, seagrass here, and then I'm just going to stick 1 tropical fish. And there we go, we have a nice fish tank which we can wash. Wash? Next, we are going to add some flower pots here and here with bamboo inside of them. And here with bamboo inside of them. We also want to have some fancy hanging lights from the ceiling. So the way that we place these, and I hope that this is correct because it's hard to kind of scope this out. We place a chain coinciding with above the center of the large tables. So I think that first one was dead on. I think that second one is 2, and I'm using the fence here to gate. Oh no, we've got to move 1 row over here. That's perfect. So now I can use this and this to, there we go. That's perfect. So we hang the chains above the center of the tables, and then shroom light, lantern, and then we apply our banners. And these just act as some really nice lights. I've already commanded some light in here. But if you did just want to go with strictly sort of natural light, if you consider shroom light natural and also lanterns natural, then these work nicely as well. So if we take a look, yeah, that looks pretty good. The one thing that I did consider is also placing a bit of bamboo just above the doorway with a bamboo fence above this. But the reason that I wasn't certain to place it is this predicament here with the fish tank. We can't apply it, but there's no reason that we necessarily have to have the whole thing span the entire room. If anything, it kind of makes the fish tank stand out a little bit. So next, we are going to place some dark oak fence left and right of the door here, with dark prismarine stairs above these, connected together, just flared off to the sides like so. And we will also place a lectern here in this position with a book and quill applied to the lectern. Maybe we'll even twist it to the side. I think that looks a little bit better. And I don't know whether this looks any good or whether this is dumb. I have a feeling that it looks dumb. But some bamboo, like, to these windows or in front of these windows. Yes, no, maybe. I'm not certain. Like, I don't dislike the idea of having, like, window... Is it called an awning? Have I made that word up? Above these windows as well, so that the bamboo kind of, like, gets cut off. In addition to this, like, if you didn't like the look of the bamboo, you could add some trapdoors around the base of it too, so it's kind of like boxed in. I actually quite like this. I just freestyled a little bit of this, to be honest with you, and I think that actually looks pretty good, so I'm going to keep that. And that's actually this entire dining room complete. Next, we are going to head into the kitchen, but first we'll add a dark oak door here. And then, in this room, the first thing we'll do is add a chest in this corner. Light grey concrete here, 2 furnaces here, detector rail here, polished blackstone pressure plates here, stone stairs here, 2 chiselled bookshelves here, 2 light grey concrete here, cauldron here, light grey concrete again. Then we will place an item frame here, horn coral fan here, leather here, flip down, polished tough wall here. Then we will place 2 iron trapdoors here, brewing stand, flower pot, item frame, paper. Stack some brown candles here in this position. Then moving on to this side of the room, we want to split this wall in half by placing 1, 2, 3 bricks like this. And then 1, 2, 3 rows of white concrete like this, which we will spread to the left and the right. We will add some bookshelves to the back of this, just occupying this back wall. We will then, on this wall here, remove this square, place light grey concrete, item frames, and then we will apply a variety of tools on this wall. It doesn't matter what you choose, just choose your favourite stuff. Coming back to these 2 rooms, we will apply chiselled bookshelves in these positions, and also here, here, scaffoldings here, trapdoor here, here, flower pot here, 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 and here. And then I'm just going to stick something in the flower pot. You don't even necessarily need the trapdoors. You can stick brewing stands, you can stick chests, you can stick anything that you want really. These are basically just ingredients and stuff used in the kitchen, so whatever you'd like to put. And then some backwood spruce doors just in front of this, just like so, and you can leave perhaps one open or one closed, something like that. And then for the ceiling, might it be better to place a dark prismarine for the ceiling? Would that look a little bit better? Would it look a bit too much? It works thematically, so maybe we'll just use dark prismarine stairs for the ceiling, or dark prismarine blocks. The bottom of the stairs are identical, so I don't think it really matters. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that looks great. And with that final detail added, ladies and gentlemen, we have officially completed this tutorial. However, this video is not over. We must now add our Chinese restaurant into our city. I think that everybody knows that the Chinese restaurant is going in the new suburban suburbs. It's getting added to the blossoming high street, and honestly, I think that it fits in rather nicely here.
Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this tutorial, please remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Also, consider becoming a channel member. You will gain access to loyalty badges, some fun emojis, and a monthly download for every single build used in our city. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.